Okay, so up next, we have William LeGate. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I think
You
it's
are.
French spelling. Yeah. Are you
Yeah,
French?
everyone. What was that?
Is that a French last name?
Everyone asks the same thing. I think eventually, like 30 generations back, it is, but not
Yeah.
recently. Yeah.
Okay. So, William is the lead product developer for PredIQt, which is a product under the Everpedia team. And we also have in the chat watching Sam and Nevin, also from Everpedia. So Everpedia is present and strong today. So yeah, well, why don't you give a quickly introduce yourself and kind of let people know what PredIQt is.
Yeah. So I'm Will. I'm like you said, I'm leading the Predict team at Everpedia. Predict is a decentralized prediction marketplace that utilizes the IQ token as the central kind of utility token in the marketplace for creating markets, as well as different fees that are associated with markets. All the shares that are traded in these markets are completely transferable, and you can sell them while the market's going on. So there's a lot of opportunity for trading on price swings, and we're available at Predict with PredIQt for like the IQ token .everpedia.org, and you can check us out there. But we have around 30 markets right now that you can participate in, and we're growing exponentially. We haven't done much marketing, so this is kind of the first outreach we've done. So it's still a small community, but we're growing pretty consistently week over week.
Cool. Yeah, I play around with it a bit. There was a market out there that, whether or not Sam was going to jump on a podcast with me, that has since expired. The market might or might not come back online. But Sam may say he won't be participating in the market because some insider trading might be happening if we do that.
The podcast market.
Yeah, the podcast market.
I think
yeah, really
podcast markets are going to be a big thing. Maybe I'm down to have a bunch of different podcast markets. I think that's
yeah. So I play around with PredIQt a bit. Really streamlined interface. I mean, my video is on like 3 minutes without any cuts. So that's kind of my metric of how easy to use it is. But if you want to share the screen with us, kind of show us the interface and kind of walk through us a little bit of how everything works.
Yeah, of course. Let's see. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Cool. So this is the Predict homepage. So anyone can go here. You sign in through Scatter or Token Pocket, are the currently two accepted methods. And as you'll see, you have all these different markets, and these are all completely user created. And right now we have two different resolution methods. So we have an IQ vote resolution method, which as you see here, this is the PredIQt Res smart contract. So basically, every resolver on a protocol level is just an EOS account, and there's two special EOS accounts right now that can resolve markets. So one is this PredIQt Res, which is a vote of IQ token holders, and the other one is a smart contract, which is a multi-sig block producers. So they're both kind of serve their own purposes. Right now, the most popular one is the PredIQt Res because it gets the token holders engaged, and then it also allows IQ token holders to make a profit off of resolving markets.
Okay. Can I stop you? I didn't know that was actually a token holder vote, kind of oracle essentially.
Yeah, so we actually just added that like pretty recently, and we haven't done a great job explaining that in the UI side of things, which I think is probably the reason why it wasn't clear. We just launched some documentation as well that kind of explains the entire, the entire resolution system. So if you go to docs.predict.app, you can kind of see a more in detailed the explanation of how all that works. But basically, yeah, the PredIQt Res is a vote of IQ token holders, and we're adding to the UI a way for IQ holders to actually vote for the resolutions on the website and see the vote counts as well. So that'll all be more transparent, I guess, in terms of the Dapp in the future. But right now, you can still do it all on the smart contract level, and people are doing it because these markets are getting resolved. So it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah. So it looks like you could buy yes or no shares, which is something I knew. And then someone mentioned to me, I actually didn't know this was the case. You can actually sell your shares on like a secondary market to actually kind of benefit. Okay, do you want to kind of just go over that a little bit?
Yeah. So right now, we've been focusing the last couple of weeks on really just simplifying everything in the UI and taking out things that aren't needed. So we've temporarily remove that from the front end of the Dapp. But you're correct. The shares are transferable. If you go to the actual smart contract, there's an action you can take to transfer your shares. We have a secondary marketplace where you can technically list them. Right now, we've disabled that feature on the actual Dapp, but we're adding it back in the next probably 1 to 2 weeks. But that allows you to, if you purchase these Yes shares for 0.15, and even if this event doesn't end up happening, you can still sell it maybe for 0.2 IQ each and make a 33% return. So it allows for you to really, it's kind of like leverage in a way where you can bet on these like swings in the market and get pretty significant returns without having to wait the entire duration of the market length. But like you said, all the shares it's either they're binary markets right now, so yes or no. The price between 0 and 1 of the cryptocurrency the markets are based in. So right now you can create EOS markets or IQ markets. If you want to purchase shares in this, so let's see, there's shares available for no for 0.96 each, which looks like it's going to be the outcome. So I can place a limit order or a market order. I'm going to place a limit order. Let's say I want to pay a max of 0.95 and I want to buy 100 shares. I go and place order, and then I don't know if you guys will be able to see the scatter window because I'm just sharing my web browser, but I just accepted it in scatter, and then the order succeeded. So if you go down to the order book after refreshing the page, it'll be down there, and then those shares are available to purchase. So if someone bought a Yes share for 0.05, that would match that, and a share would be issued, and then at the end of the market, the winner of that of the side of the bet gets 1 IQ for each share they hold.
Very cool, very cool. So yeah, I mean, looks like you guys are, this is a lot more complicated, not complicated, but a lot more complex than it lets on. It's not just like a yes or no bet, but you actually build like a market essentially with limit orders, with, alternative interesting financial instruments on top of that.
Exactly. Yeah, we think of it from a kind of Everpedia brand standpoint. We view it as Everpedia is the place where you can view and edit historical knowledge, and PredIQt is where you can basically have an opportunity to make more IQ on your ability to determine future knowledge. But you're right that the markets they're very much structured like a trading platform, like an exchange you'd be buying actual like cryptocurrency on, and the shares in the markets, for all intents and purposes, they are actually like crypto tokens in the sense that they are being tracked in a smart contract. They're fully, you can transfer them. They're interchangeable. So they function very much like any other cryptocurrency would, each individual market share.
I see. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I was gonna ask a little bit about if there was gonna be any interplay between Everpedia, which is information knowledge platform, and then PredIQt is kind of predicting future knowledge, future information. So I think that's maybe some interesting overlap over there.
Yeah, we're actually so if you scroll to the bottom of some articles right now, or some markets right now, you'll see Everpedia articles that are related to them. So this is let's see. We only have, right now, we're kind of manually adding this is all like off chain, I guess you would say. But we're showing you articles related to this market right here. And these are all Everpedia articles, obviously. We're looking to have a deeper integration where we'll have the inverse of that. So having predict markets and Everpedia articles to kind of show you an idea of what the future outcome of some event on Everpedia is going to be. But there's a lot of integration we're going to be looking at in the future, and we're not ready to announce quite yet, but that we've been working on internally, and a lot of exciting changes to come. So yeah.
Okay, very cool, very cool. Yeah, I mean, I think that's everything. All the questions I have. Maybe anyone else in the video want to ask a few questions about PredIQt and how it works?
Yeah, I just wanted to add everything that Will said is true, and we're really excited for it. The cool thing is how we see PredIQt and Everpedia working is Everpedia is kind of our social Dapp ecosystem pillar, and PredIQt is our entrance into DeFi, right? So the whole point here is that there's a growing DeFi space in EOS, and it's already the biggest thing in Ethereum. I think in order for EOS to really become a huge financial ecosystem, there needs to be synthetic exposure to events, decentralized stablecoins. So EOS DT seems pretty cool. But with Everpedia and PredIQt, we're basically bringing a lot of future prediction, exposure to events. We're looking into leveraged markets in the future once there's a lot of liquidity, so people can have like 10x leverage to the election, or even EOS events. One of the things we're thinking of is predicting whether Block One will vote for block producers in the next month, and things like that, which is really exciting, because in order to expand the DeFi space on EOS, you need these kinds of services that allows people to get exposure to synthetic events, real world events, leveraged events and exposure. So we think we're really trying to lead that revolution on EOS, and it's super exciting.
Very cool, very cool. That was Sam, by the way, who's heading the Everpedia project. So
yeah, I got a quick question. I remember seeing in the Telegram chat, you guys were talking about adding other tokens possibly to the markets. I was wondering if you could go into that a little bit, if there's going to be a criteria for adding different tokens or something like that, if people want to create markets with those.
So right now we currently support IQ and EOS. So IQ was an addition somewhat relatively recently. It originally was just EOS markets. We're also adding, so I guess on a smart contract protocol level, technically you could create it in any EOS token. It's not gonna, right now on the Dapp, we're filtering for IQ and EOS. In terms of getting different tokens into markets, we're actually adding a feature in the next 2 weeks or so that'll allow you to convert any EOS-based token into IQ in the same transaction that you're purchasing the shares in. So it's a very seamless way. If you have some other EOS-based token, whether it's a stable coin or something else, you'll be able to seamlessly, in the same order entry box, convert that to IQ or EOS, whatever the market's based in, while you're placing an order. But the shares, the underlying shares and the payouts right now are currently in EOS and IQ, and we want to keep that somewhat limited for the foreseeable future, just because we don't want to have all this fragmentation where markets are created in a million different currencies. And right now, these two seem to be the ones we have the biggest demand for anyways. But we're definitely open to having different underlying markets in the future, particularly a stablecoin type option. There just isn't really a predominant stablecoin on EOS that's really taken over in terms of popularity yet, that we've felt comfortable enough to move forward with. But yeah, that's the state of it right now.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Yeah, just like Will said, on the protocol level, it's a highly modular system, right? You can pick different resolution methods, you can pick different currencies, and what our end goal is that anyone can leverage the PredIQt protocol level to one day create a market denominated in their own currency, and embedded in their own website or in their own Dapp, and earn the earn the resolution fees, earn the creation fees in their own currency and token. Right now, it's just a practical decision to kind of combine all the interest in one liquidity in the IQ token, because we think that on the inception of this whole entire exciting platform, if there's an election market in EOS and at the same market with the same terms in IQ, and then another one in the stablecoin, it's just going to not only confuse people, but kind of fracture all of the interest in liquidity. If we can get everyone to, go in one market, in one currency, it'll be the best pricing, it'll be the best user experience. And what we're trying to do, like Will said, is be able to offer, conversions on the spot, using Bancor, other types of integration and stuff. So if you have EOS, for example, and you want to take part in the election market, but you don't want to go to an exchange, get IQ, and then come back and all this stuff, all that can be abstracted out in like one single button press.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that sounds extremely exciting. I'm just looking forward to the day where we could create a lot more different prediction markets and kind of hook up those different smart contracts, right? I know that's something you guys talked about. If you have a resolution, for Pix EOS, who was just presenting a bit before about how much this artwork will be sold for, that could be something resolved automatically by that smart contract, and hooking up a secondary prediction market on top of the artwork. I think that's going to be, opens a lot of different opportunities and interesting use cases for the prediction market.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're very excited about all the work going on in the Oracle space, particularly the EOS kind of Oracle space, just because being able to resolve contracts automatically or markets automatically obviously is the future that we're kind of aiming towards. And I think we're going to get there at some point. It really, the community is doing, I think, a lot of great work there. So I think it's only a matter of time before we have markets that can resolve themselves.
Cool. Okay, I want to thank you again, Will and Sam, for coming on to showcasing PredIQt. I'm really looking forward to the progress of the project. I might or might not have a podcast coming up with Sam, so and there might or might not be a market for it. So I don't think that's consider insider trading. So it's public, it's out there now. So
Promise not to buy shares in that market.
sorry.
I said I promise not to buy shares in that market.
Yeah. But yeah, really great to have you guys on, and really excited about the Everpedia and PredIQt project moving forward together. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Okay.